need links to the fake one. Are you talking about Twitter? There's a. You're not the only one, you know.
Oh yeah. It's crazy right now.
I know. I'm documenting it all before I do anything.
Nice. Nice. All right, welcome everyone. We're here in Clayton, Missouri, county seat of St. Louis County. Emergency action called after at least 25 people were assaulted and arrested at the Galleria Mall today. People would have left peacefully had cops just allowed it to happen. Cops are now claiming that people were throwing things. Well, yeah, after they started assaulting people. So people are here at the Justice Center. There's a support group, jail support for when they get out at the jail right now, and people are marching through the streets of Clayton. approaching the Clayton Justice Center now, the Buzz Westfall Justice Center, where people are outside for jail support for when the arrestees from earlier this afternoon make their way out. And again, that's why protesters call this emergency action in Clayton at the Justice Center in response to the brutality by county and SLMPD earlier this afternoon. More reports of people who weren't even involved in the protests getting swept up, let alone the non-violent people who were arrested and targeted. Police helicopter is circling overhead. Hey. So again, thanks for joining me, everyone, tonight here in Clayton, Missouri, outside the Buzz Westfall Justice Center, where the detainees, arrestees from earlier this afternoon at the Galleria Mall were taken into custody. Check the Revolutionary Z, RebZ.tv Facebook page. We've got other people's videos and posts from there. Of course, police released a statement saying people were throwing garbage cans and bottles at police, which happened once police moved in. If they would have allowed the marchers to go through the mall, they would have left and dissipated, like has happened many times before. Police decided to encircle them, target for violent arrests some people, which caused tensions to rise. They continued that outside of the mall as people were trying to leave to their cars and targeting and throwing people down to the ground.
This is fucking sizzling.
So people marching through Clayton, taking a break at the Justice Center with refreshments at the jail support site. There were, right before I got down there, a bunch of riot cops, from what I'm hearing, down at the Ritz-Carlton unloading. And they were protecting another fancy hotel down there, just from people marching by. They protect the richest property first and foremost, and we see that in these live streams over and over and over again. You just get here?
Any rest?
Huh?
Well rested?
Never, but good enough.
Look at that.
How about you? Pretty good? Pretty good. Did you just get here?
No, I've been here a while. Probably last time I texted you, I was already on my way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to eat something first, otherwise.
I got plenty of money. I got pizza. I need to buy pizza. People send money for pie so we can go there and get some eat. I don't think I'm going to do more pizzas. I think that whatever size they got, we'll probably grab that and bring it out.
Nice. So getting food for the jail support?
Yeah.
Nice.
Target at Hanley and Brentwood.
So just bear with us, folks, for a bit. I guess I'll keep the stream up for now, because I'm sure people will either start marching any minute or anything could happen. Also, just to reply to the police's statement, we haven't seen any video evidence of people hurling bottles. The only thing in the video was somebody knocking over a trash can after police had started to, knocking it over as police had started to encircle people in the mall. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to the St. Louis County Police Department. Hello. We saw you just checking our website about an hour ago. Thank you very much. Seeing if I was live. We saw you click the live link. No, we weren't live at the time, but thanks for checking. And we appreciate you then following up by going back and checking some of the old posts and documentation we have on you guys. Thank you for visiting the RebZ.tv site. We at the Team Z appreciate that, St. Louis County.
Yeah. I'll talk to you when you're not streaming.
Of cops that just pulled up where I was across the street over that way.
Ready for here?
Yep, whole line of them. They're all getting out of their cars.
I made it up there.
Hearing a report of a whole line of cop cars lining up and getting out of their cars over here in front of the courthouse. Oh yeah, I see them piling up on the backside of the courthouse over there. And somebody just showed me a screen cap of about 20 so cop cars back there. And they've done this before. They like to see where you see the two cops over there. They probably have more, and they're going to come out from right there behind the courthouse. They've used that as a staging area before in the past.
They're all over. Parked on the side streets. They're all over.
Yeah, here and they're parked on the side streets all over at this point.
Their gear on.
Getting their gear on, and they're getting into riot gear as we speak. So police do have intersections blocked off in a block radius in all directions. That's not uncommon. In fact, it's very normal, and it wouldn't be alarming in any other situation except what happened downtown St. Louis the other night, which was the first time we can recall police actually using a full-on kettle where they don't let anybody leave and they don't give proper dispersal warnings and no actual justification given besides people earlier in the night that they had already attacked and arrested, causing vandalism. Again, I want to point out property destruction is not to be equated with violence on a human being. If you call it violence, you should at least be honest about it and say property destruction violence. That's your choice, but to equate it then with a loss of life is disgusting. So again, here at Clayton Justice Center, Buzz Westfall Justice Center, downtown Clayton, the county seat of St. Louis County, which, if you're not familiar with St. Louis, is a very confusing area because it's pretty much all crammed into one place, the county and the city. They're both separate entities completely, kind of like D.C., very different from most cities, and that's why you see a lot of different police depending on where people are in the city. Today, though, at the Galleria Mall, I believe we saw St. Charles County, St. Louis County, and SLMPD come in with Rosamano as well. So it looks like they are sharing resources whenever they want at this moment. Right now, I'm mostly seeing St. Louis County. It's called the brown shirts around us as far as getting out of their cars and getting their equipment on, which would be common for where we're at right now in Clayton. Again, go to the Revolutionary_Z RebZ.tv Facebook page to see a last couple minutes of Michelle Elk's live stream from earlier today at the Galleria Mall, and in that post you also see the full live stream. There's also a link to a KMOV reporter doing interviews in the mall where she interviewed a woman who's from Colombia. Her son and herself were there shopping. They were watching. They complied with police to move, and then somebody came up behind her son and handcuffed him. They weren't part of the protests. That was captured by a KMOV reporter in the mall. That's all on the post on the Facebook page. And actually, if my mods are watching, if there's any way you could post that video you ripped also to the RebZ.tv site for easy access, that would be fantastic. Just put it on this live stream's post on that page. So if you guys are going to RebZ.tv/live, hopefully we can get the link to that on there shortly for you.
With the Riverfront Times. I'm a fan of your work.
You guys are doing good work too right now. Thank you. We need it all. We all need to work together. So just to fill you guys in, I got here as marchers were marching back up towards the Justice Center. There were reports of riot police near the Ritz-Carlton down this way, just a few blocks. I went down there to check it out, and the marchers were coming back this way already. But there's police on all sides of us on side streets behind the courthouse over here, getting out of their cars, putting on their gear. And again, you just see people peacefully assembling right now outside the courthouse in jail support. Possibly people might start marching again soon. That's up to them. But right now, it's in a jail supportive role from the brutal arrests earlier today at the Galleria Mall. And hopefully, again, we'll have the links to that, if you haven't seen it earlier today, on the RebZ.tv/live page. So when you're coming to check the live player, it'll be there for you for context so you can catch up. Or you can visit Shell Elk, SHELLELK on Facebook, and see it right from her page, her Facebook Live earlier today. Okay, folks, I am actually going to take the stream down for right now. People are just communing, refreshing. As soon as I see any police movement or people starting to march or any activity that needs to be live streamed, I will be back up live, but for now we're going to give them a break. Please stay tuned to our feed, to our Facebook page, to RebZ.tv/live. When I come back up live again, you'll see it right there on the player. And as always, I'm multicasting on these 4 channels right here, so if you have a problem with any of the players, you can try another one. Obviously, if they're all 4 out, that means my feed is down either through Wi-Fi signal, technical difficulties, whatever. If that happens, I will get it back up as soon as possible. For now, I am going down on purpose. I am okay. Everyone's okay right here for right now. And watch the feed. I'll go back up live right away when necessary. So from Clayton, Missouri, I will be back soon. I'm going to stick around as long as I need it tonight. Tune into the pages, and I'll see you soon.